You've stumbled into another nostalgic void. Drifting, searching with your rose-colored glasses. Fear not. What an Oddcast is here to guide you. With hosts Jared Minikheim, Anthony Denny, Michael Kennedy, and Sven Magnuson. Stay odd and hold on tight.
What an Oddcast, episode 302. It is most definitely not a Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
I thought you say your name after that.
I'm your Interman Maverick.
Bots at the wall, to bang, biggie, boogie to the boogie, up the boogie. I am the sick one on Refney.
Shoot him in the back now, Jared Minikheim here.
I'm pretty sure there's a dog noise after. Shoot him in the back now, but that's fine. Oh.
Dude, speaking of dog noises, Nickelback's in town.
We can't get into that. Let's start off with that, right? My work mother, who I love dearly, is a huge Kid Rock fan, and I think I talked about this last week, where she has told me stories that make angels or hookers look like angels, kind of things. At 9:30, Rock the Country is happening in Hastings, Michigan, where 25,000 people are descending on the Berry County Expo Center to listen to Kid Rock, Big and Rich, Nickelback,
and Leonard Skinner,
etc. Those kind of bands. At 9:30 today, I pulled up Google Maps for traffic because I was like, this is going to be my whole day. If I'm not going to watch airplanes fly across on Plane Tracker, I'm going to go ahead and watch the traffic back up in Hastings. At 10:30, it was a mile back, 2 miles back already of people waiting to get in for parking. Mind you, have you seen the setup, Anthony?
I have not, but I've heard the setup from people.
It is inconveniently far away from Hastings proper is the issue, right? So I don't think Shell will actually get busy because Shell is kind of off in that corner down by M37. Yeah. Before you get to Shell, you have Starbucks, a Jimmy John's, a Culver's, a Walmart, a Dollar Tree, a Big B, and this is all in order, by the way, Dairy Queen and Aldi's, Burger King.
You see, the problem.
Burger King and McDonald's. I'm still going. A Taco Bell, Family Fare, Family Farm and Home, an Applebee's. There's a Family Dollar Family Dollar across, and then a Wendy's, and then a Pizza Hut, and then you hit Main Street. So there's a lot before Shell.
Counterpoint.
Yes.
People coming into Hastings via M37.
That's fair.
That's going to be the first place they can all going to get.
Yeah. Right.
The biggest metal scaffolding they've ever seen.
So, you know where we normally park for going to the fair? Yeah. That's where the stage is at.
Yes, I've heard it's backwards.
It's backwards. There's a lot of RV camping and things like that, and parking is off to either side of the stage, which seems counterproductive considering how many people were supposed to fucking show up.
25,000.
There was other parking across the street. That's fine. The issue with today, gates opened at 2 to get into the concert. First band also started at 2.
Oh, no. Gate started opened up for parking at noon.
No, I'm talking about getting in. Parking opened at noon. People are getting lined at 10:30. Gates open for parking at noon. Gates to get into the concert opened at 2 when the first band started. Now, I'm not a math guy. I'm really not. But if you're going to have people entering at 2 and people playing at 2, there's going to be a mad dash bloodbath fist fight to the front, right? There probably was. Playing. Here's the thing. I only passed 3 ambulances on my way home from work at 3:30, one of which had their lights on. Not probably good. Just saying. Now, tomorrow will be both better and worse because everything opens the same, but the first band doesn't perform until 2:30. So you have that half-hour leeway. Yeah, so I just cannot imagine. I'm avoiding Hastings at all costs this weekend because
this morning I went to I went to Family Fair so I could get some energy drinks because I did not sleep well, and neither did Nova. It was dead. Michael, I have never seen the whole town of Hastings as a ghost town before at this time. Not a single car was on the road.
Calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm. At 10 o'clock, there was backup traffic by my work.
Yeah, I was going to say, going down M37, coming where we used to take Jared going home.
Yeah, I want to see right now. For those who don't,
too bad, but
you can, if you go to the M.Dot.
Did M.Dot have? I tried to see if M Live had anything to where I could see because
let's. I got M.Dot right here, so people can.
That's just the sites for Michigan specifically.
Yeah, M.Dot is Michigan.gov.
Yeah. So, yes, show my screen anyway. Yes, thank you. So this is M.Dot. It does show you this nice little thing of traffic, where for the entire state of Michigan, you can see traffic.
You see that little red dot right there?
This has been red since 9 o'clock.
Since 9 o'clock, it's been backed up basically from the M66, M37 intersection halfway to Middleville, basically.
Red means stop and go.
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
Which means, and again, Nickelback takes the stage tonight, right, with Leonard Skinner. I think they
at 9.
Yep. So, like, people are going specifically for that. So people are still trying to file in there, and they don't get over till 11. Can you imagine trying to get out of that motherfucking place at 11 o'clock?
And just to point out, with the bands that are playing, you imagine the amount of aggressive divorced dads that are sitting in that line right now?
Are you aware of the aggressive divorced moms that are in their villain era, as they call it now?
Just trying to get
it's the exact same. Again, I love my work mother to death. She is one of the sweetest people in the world, but for fuck's sake, could you imagine? She's throwing up. I'm saying.
I gotta say, so to show people, I'm not gonna show you the exact place that I work, but where I work, so traffic was backed up as we follow my mouse.
You can basically way to the Hastings. That's essentially
all the way
downtown.
to the Hastings was backed up.
Backed up.
Oh my!
All that was backed up.
I thought about going to the gym after work, which is in Hastings, about 5 blocks from where Anthony works, and decided, no, I'd rather not risk it. I'll just take my chances.
I went to Taco Bell for my lunch. And by that, I mean I picked up Taco Bell because I put my order down.
Yeah.
I was just tired of ramen. I had ramen every day this week for lunch.
Fair.
And I'm like, I want sustenance. So I got Taco Bell. And I got there, and there was just a line of people. It was really funny because there was a man, like, aggressively standing by the carryout. He's sitting there waiting. And then as soon as I got there, because I did pick up for 12:30, I got there at 12:34. Lady puts out the bag of food. She goes, "For Anthony?" And he goes, "No." I'm like, "I'm Anthony." Like, imagine how bummed he was that I walked in, grabbed my food, and walked out.
So mean.
But Mike, you said you had a bunch of things to talk about today.
I do. I need
on your docket.
So let me think. So we talked about that. So okay, so the next thing we'll kind of work on the way up. Do you guys know how much money Lilo and Stitch the remake or the live action remake has made?
Too much?
It's okay. Too much. In fact, it has reversed Disney's decision to stop live action remakes after the flop of Snow White. Like, this was all filmed during the writer's strike. They had to stick to the script. They couldn't do any improv. Like, they had to do this script in order to get it out because of the contractual agreements. And so I will give a small pass to this one. Disney. People don't want your Renaissance shit anymore. They don't want Beauty and the Beast. They don't want The Little Mermaid. They don't want The Lion King. They don't want Snow White. They're not going to want Cinderella. They wanted Lilo and Stitch. We wanted Atlantis, and we wanted Treasure Planet. if you bring back, but they keep like going back to their classics. And here's the thing, the Snow White one was dumb because no one likes Snow White anyway.
No.
There's not a fucking soul on earth that go like, yeah, Snow White. No, you know, hi ho, and that is fucking it. The rest of the plot is lost on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone watches Enchanted instead.
Exactly.
Now the thing is though, if they redo Atlantis, how will they make the white colonizers good in this movie?
Right. Right. Well, they're liberators. They're not colonizers. I need you to realize that. So
Yeah, where Kiara will leave her people to go to the real world so she can learn about
that's
Atlantis
Pocahontas,
culture.
so we've already done that, and we don't need that. So we don't want a Pocahontas remake either.
I want a Pocahontas remake. I want it so bad because it's gonna be so bad. I want them. I want them to put a fat white man on that screen and say, "They're evil because they're brown." I want to see Disney do that
in braids and armor.
Yes, I want to see the most obviously racist
with a French bulldog.
Them like, these brown people can't be trusted. Why, sir? No. They're brown. They're stealing.
Just here's the thing. They're gonna have like the whitest person play the granny tree too. Like just completely whitewash the shit out of it. Mm-hmm. I think I have talked in length on this podcast. Not really. But like during my production in high school of West Side Story, we were in rural Michigan. Do you know what West Side Story involves? It involves brown people versus white people. So do you know what they had a bunch of white kids do? Just apply a bunch of self-tanner. They were fucking orange. The main guy who played Bernardo, who is a good friend, Brandon, who I still to this day think is a wonderful human being. He tried to do a portrait white with a WH white,
like going self-tanner, kind of white.
Yeah, self-tanner and a bad Puerto Rican accent. You can imagine the appropriation.
You guys did a minstrel show.
Oh God, we were so close to blackface it wasn't even funny. we were 3 degrees of sunburn away from blackface.
Thank God you played Tony, Mike.
Right, thank God I was the white guy. Thank God. And here's the thing. The person who played my Maria, I think she was some sort of Asian, but she was of an ethnic, and so one of the ethnicities, so she was brown. The person who played the opposite Maria, who was an ex at the time, was the whitest girl you'd ever meet. So even though she tanned, like went to a tanning bed to tan to try to get darker, she was about the shade of Anthony, which isn't saying much.
No, I mean, I'm very whitewashed right now.
Yes, you are.
Also, I feel like the spray painting of the skin is less racist than going out and tanning.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just feels like the washing away of it is funny.
Considering it didn't work. Okay, so here's so much. These guys were stained for days, by the way. Because I don't know if you know anything about self-tanner. It doesn't just wash off. It dyes your skin for a while.
You should have done Willy Wonka next.
Yeah. So that's how they'll get away with the rest of the live-action Disney remakes.
I can't wait to see Josh Gad's Quasimodo.
Yes.
Oh God.
That's the one I am looking. Is one of the writers of Spaceballs 2, which is coming out in 2027, right?
Spaceballs
2. The Schwartz Awakens. I We did an entire month on Rick Moranis 2 years ago.
Yes, we did.
Almost to the day.
And we also did Mel Brooks.
And we also did Mel Brooks. So we hit a lot right in a row.
Yeah, we
And
did.
we talk. Here's the thing. I need to invoke the curse right now for Bill Pullman. And anyone else associated with the Spaceballs 2 movie, we do not want to kill them. I'm invoking this curse.
Rest in peace, John Candy and
Yes.
The plastic lady.
Yes. Joan Rivers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Took me a second. Joan Rivers. I'm so excited. When Mel Brooks came on the screen, he was wearing Spaceballs, the sweatshirt. I was like, wait, what's happening? What's going on?
The thing is, we live in a time now, thanks to parody laws being a lot more.
Yes.
Like, they're going to be able to sell all the merch this time around.
I can't fucking wait. Because, like, just throw Spaceballs on anything and I'd buy it at this point.
AMC, if you listen to this podcast for some fucking reason, if you make a popcorn bucket that's just a black popcorn bucket that says Spaceballs, the popcorn bucket, I am buying that shit no matter the price.
Here's the thing. You could charge me even more. Spaceballs, the beverage cup as well. And I will pay. It could be a paper one. Just run that for the duration that this thing is in. I'll pay.
I will find a theater that is selling that just to buy that because that is the dumbest thing.
It's so fucking good.
Just
Here's the thing.
Spaceballs, the blanket.
Here's the thing. On the ticket stub, it should say Spaceballs, the ticket stub, too. Because it's fucking great. You can just do merchandising. Like, just
come on.
do it. Like, if you're going to do it, basically everyone's blessing. Because the Star Wars movies didn't work out anyway, so no one can really bitch about it. So.
No, not really.
Oh, so good. But yeah, the scrolling intro was like after 37 years, there's been, an original, a prequel, a sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel, a sequel to the prequel that was also a sequel. Lion King, a live action Lion King, an animated live action Lion King. Fucking great. Oh, God.
The thing is that I'm so much happier that Rick Moranis is coming back for Spaceballs 2 than Ghostbusters.
Listen, agreed, and I was on my TikTok ever since it's been announced. Be like, I don't think you guys realize the cultural chokehold that Rick Moranis had on us kids as a '90s, and it goes beyond that.
Yeah.
I put him in a category with like Billy Crystal, that's like hot dad energy, right? Billy Crystal, as a young man, was a very attractive man, and so was Rick Moranis. Like,
I mean, there's
hot
a reason.
nerd dad energy.
Dude, there's a reason why I like Seymour. Everyone will fuck Seymour.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got that good energy. Hear that, Rick Moranis? Come on our podcast. Let us compliment you, and we'll suck your dick.
Anthony will.
Yeah, I was about to say, one of us will.
I'll fucking do it. I will. Like, Rick Moranis wants me to suck his dick, I will do it. I will get my wife's permission, and I will fucking swallow it.
When it was brought out that like, oh no, he's coming out of retirement, I was like, this of all things is the most perfect thing because like,
welcome to the good universe.
Right. Guys, I think we might be jumping timelines again to the prime again to be okay. There was a few things still need to happen, but we got a glimpse of it.
There was a bad universe where Rick Moranis came out of retirement for Ghostbusters, and no one saw it. And he's like, well, I don't want to do this. But we got the good one.
Frozen Empire?
Yeah.
That's fair. So what else is on the docket?
Someone else has to talk besides me, okay? It can't just be Mike has a list and ramble for an hour and a half.
Well,
with color commentary.
Well, the problem is I've just been sick, so I've not really been doing much.
Been sick. Fuck off. Fine, then we'll go on. We'll go on to mine. Have you guys seen? No, fuck off. Too late. You missed your opportunity. I had a 10-second pause where I was done talking. You missed the opportunity, so now we're talking again. Are you guys? I know Anthony's not really big into the TikTok, and I don't know if it's made its way to Instagram Reels yet. Are you guys watching the AI Bigfoots?
Yeah!
Damn right I am.
This is what AI was designed for.
Found this mug.
Just like he's the one where he finds the Zin packs. He's like, I don't know what these are. I see the humans putting them in their cheeks, get a burst of energy. I stuck all 27 of them up my ass, and now I can fly.
See, yeah, that is what AI should be used for. It is the dumbest. It should be used for really dumb shit that no one can physically do. Like
See, I've
keep
seen
it out.
someone,
Keep it out businesses.
So, I've seen someone taking the same thing, but instead of the Bigfoots, they've started doing stormtroopers and just doing random dumb shit.
I've seen the
We're
capybaras.
gonna put this apple up
the,
on Greg's head and prove that we have good aim, and he blows his head off. Like, oh shit, fuck, go!
I like the Yetis when the Yeti and the Bigfoots get along, and they're like, oh, I thought this Yeti was a pussy, but it's actually pretty cold up here. It's fucking amazing.
You guys ever had chicken from Chick-fil-A on a Sunday? We're about to.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, no, they're just. It's just been all over. I try to send the good ones to Jared every so often, and it's just kind of funny.
They're good. They're fun. They're a lot of fun.
They are. It's what stuff should be done for. I have something, but I seem
Jesus
to have
Christ,
lost. I'm sorry.
Why did you lose your thought? We only talked about AI
Dude,
Bigfoot.
I got one thought process right here, and it pings around. When I got two brain cells, they're pinging around the skull, and when they cross, when I get an idea. Oh,
There
Big
you go.
Frost. Hurry
Jared.
before you forget.
Yeah.
Jared, you have inspired me.
It's not good.
How did I inspire
It's pretty
you?
fucking scary, actually.
I know it's a scary sentence to start with.
It's fucking
Well,
terrible
as I've
sentence.
been ill, and I haven't really
Yeah.
been doing a lot of stuff. I've been huddling around on my phone, onto my notes.
Uh-huh.
I am trying to write a book.
Oh, no.
Yes, I've gotten the
Oh, no.
characters, the plot broken down chapter by chapter. I got a fucking paper upstairs with it all broken down.
I'm sorry. The guy who doesn't read is going to
Yeah.
try to write a book?
Hey, I don't do cocaine. You don't do cocaine, and you like horror.
No, I mean, I appreciate the effort in the analogy, but no.
This
That's- is hey, just-
Anthony Denny's book for people who can't read real good.
Hey.
It's exactly what it is.
Hey, when I read, you know what goes on?
Nothing.
I got nothing in my head, and the letters move around because I'm dyslexic.
That's why he doesn't like fiction.
No, you're actually just a witwicky and you don't know it yet.
Oh, dude, I would love that. No, isn't dyslexia mean I'm a demigod from Percy Jackson? My brain was meant to read Greek. I'm not. I don't have a mental disability. I'm just Greek.
Nope. And your speech impediments, you trying to just speak tongues too. It's fine.
Yeah. Dude, my tongue's been numb all day. It sucks. I'm giving my spiel to people at work, and I'm just like blah 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 blah. Oh, but yeah, no. But when you guys read, do you see the scenes in your head?
100%.
I'm not gonna have an aphantasia talk with you again, Anthony. Okay?
No. Like, there's one thing about, like, I saw this reel where it was someone like, oh, when you're reading a book and it goes back to words, and it was like a scene, and then it's suddenly them looking at a book.
I saw a TikTok about how people actually read, and I got really confused.
Okay, so that is real. Okay.
Yeah, Anthony. Yeah. That's right. You know when people get upset at movies because it's not how they imagined it? That's what's
thought
happening.
that was just a saying.
No. That's real. Like, That's why when you read a book, you're like, oh, that's not how I imagine it happening. That's because in their head, when they were reading it, they imagined a whole vibrant world out there of which is taking place. Not
When I read
on a fucking book.
Jay Gatsby was shot by a man because he fucked his wife. You guys see the gunshot. I see the letters.
Yeah.
Jay Gatsby was shot by a man.
Yes. Again, I'm not having a fantasy talk with you again.
Dude, I am mentally fucked. Well, the thing is,
No.
when I'm getting this, the thing is, I can't physically, I cannot mentally visualize it.
No.
But I physically visualize it.
No, we're moving on. You cannot.
Yeah, you know.
No, we don't, Anthony,
Jared,
because we visualize it.
Understands.
Like we're not
It's
gonna
like-
relate.
It's like when an artist draws and they look in the mirror and they're like, they raise their eyebrows so they can get that. That's me. Just
That's
physically
not
acting
you.
these things out.
That's not you. You know why? Because the artist,
Jared,
he can see what he's drawing out and he's using it as a reference. Whereas for you, it's
Jared,
just like,
as
I need to
an
copy
author.
that.
Jared, as the author, when you write, do you just think of it? Do you just see what's in your head and you put it to paper?
I have entire movies that are playing in here, and I'm just
Yes.
trying to make it into words.
You're... Oh my
Yes.
god! I'm
Okay.
fucking. Oh,
So, guys, like that's the frustrating part sometimes as an author, right? Is because you have this grand idea of how you want to get there, but there's so many subplots going on that you can't get them all out sometimes.
I mean,
Yes.
I have that too, but I just have words in my head talking to
No.
myself.
full visuals.
Oh god.
It makes it even worse because sometimes you'll realize in a scene this doesn't work, and so you change it, and it has to change the whole trajectory of something else, and so now a whole separate fucking universe exists in your head.
Yes.
See,
But with you, it's just words.
you know,
Right.
as it's going, I'm writing the scene. I'm like, all right, okay. Dialogue, action. I'm physically acting it out and then writing it. Because that lets me see what I'm trying to see. Like, does that feel natural? Like that's what I'm doing. I'm physically acting out these things as I'm writing them.
You are the worst. Just want you to know. You're
Yeah,
You're just the worst.
but I'm saying I'm only bringing this up because I've finally gotten like the entire outline plot and like broken
There's-
down. So
Anthony, I just want you to know there's a timeline somewhere where I decided to make the cartoon idea, and like you were in my studio, and I killed myself because I realized the dude I was working with could not storyboard, and it failed immediately.
as I'm just acting stuff out. I would well at that point. Remember, I recently found out that I had aphantasia like this year, or like this year or
And
end of
it's
last
been
year.
blowing your mind ever since.
Yeah. So I'm discovering things like aren't figures of speeches.
No, some things quite literal.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You that I can't with you. There's sometimes
It's
I don't know what to do.
Dude, the world I live in is empty thoughts, hearing words.
I don't know if here's the thing. I know why Jared can sleep good at night because he hadn't had a bed for 2 years. But like I'm pretty sure that's why you sleep so well at night is because your brain just shuts off. Mine I have to rewind everything.
Wait.
Put the shelf
Oh, no.
away.
Here we go.
And then
Oh god! You guys think about your day physically. Like, do you run through it back?
No. Wait.
They've walked away. I did not expect that you guys literally see your day. Oh my, is that why I sleep so well? Because
You should shut up your brain. That's
Yeah,
why your wife
you're-
doesn't think sleep that easily either. There's shit running around in your mind constantly.
Yeah,
In
no,
fact, in order to here's the thing. In order to fall asleep, I have to physically tell my sleep, you're gonna go to sleep now. In my head, like just over and over again, in order to really fall asleep. Brain doesn't shut off. That's why your wife doesn't sleep good at night either.
Yeah.
That's why you you hit the hood and it's just off and you're dead.
Yeah.
Because that's
Like-
if I could do that, I'd be a much different man.
I can like
Yes.
read a bunch of stuff. I can watch a bunch of stuff. Be like, all right, I'm ready for bed. Bump.
no,
and out.
hour and a half
There's-
max to like unwind from the day.
Is my superpower because I'm broken?
Yeah,
Am I
it's not
sleep daredevil?
There's
I
a
don't
mass
know if I
of
would
people
go that far, but
who want what you have.
yeah.
No, I know. But the one thing I'm very good at is people are very envious of.
Yeah.
I can sleep anywhere because I'm just like, oh, I'm not very comfortable. Oh well.
I just it always
I would be insufferable if I could sleep like that. You don't understand just how just different my life would be if I didn't have repressed trauma I think about at night constantly.
You guys think about your. Oh my god, this is. I feel
Anthony,
bad for you guys.
Have you
Damn.
never made a
I'm fucking
mistake in
killing
the
you.
past and stayed up 4 years later thinking about it?
I mean, I have, but it was
Is it
in a thought.
Constantly? Constant that keeps you up for hours?
I would not say
Why
hours.
don't you go ahead and fuck off then, bud?
I
Go
would
ahead.
say I have had those
Fuck
thoughts, but
off.
they just like.
Anthony, my boy, I'm gonna wish something on you I have not wished on anyone. I hope a ghost rider shows up, and instead of burning your soul with your sins, it just makes you actually think about your fucking day before you go to sleep.
Dude, I would love that. Just, no
Fucking
wonder when
penance stare.
oh, I'm giving you the ability to see shapes in your brain.
I'm
You'll never-
you normal.
Here's the thing. You getting that at the age of whatever age you are now would ruin you.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would destroy you. Your brain would implode. You'd have a stroke and a seizure and a heart attack all at the same time because your
Yeah.
brain would not know how to comprehend that.
Mhm.
It's very true.
Yep. My older
These
sister also has
images
this.
with
So.
the words.
Dude, it is
Wild.
Dude, it's wild from my perspective too because Look, I've looked up about 4% of the world has aphantasia.
Yeah.
So like,
I
it's
want
you,
all
Jared,
the
you know,
listeners-
You're in the super minority as well.
I know.
I need all the listeners at home to understand for how long I have known this man.
4% of 7 billion.
So I've known Anthony since 8th grade, and like we made high school films, and he was constantly writing and drawing. To know that this man was doing all that because he just couldn't mentally visualize it
so
all these
hang on.
years.
So like when you're drawing like a superhero or something, it's just drawn. You don't see the image, and you're like when you're.
I never knew
that's
this.
That's why you can paint miniatures, and why I could never. Because you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna paint it, and this is how it's gonna look. Me, I'd burn the fucking house down the first time I made a mistake. The whole thing would be over. It'd just be done. I just would like.
Yeah, no, I got pages of books and shit because I physically when I wanted to explain like something, I had to physically draw it out because I could not.
It explains a lot.
I could not see it.
I'm glad
Good
I'm not alone in this though,
God.
Jared, because I would feel.
I
Like
wish
an
I
Oh,
did
yeah.
something.
I don't know. How
I
he
need
survived.
Tatiana to come back from Arizona so we can just bond about being brown and broken.
Oh, is she the same way?
Yep, she also has aphantasia. I used to make fun of her. I was like, you can't see things. And then it was explained like, no. They physically see things. Yep. It's not just a vibe.
It's never been a vibe.
Dude, and when
Quite the
Heather,
opposite of vibe.
when I explained it to Heather, and Heather's like, "So what do you think about when you jack off?"
Absolutely nothing,
like-
and it's terrifying.
Like the vibe, the feeling, the emotion.
That's not.
I don't see anything. There's no theater of the mind.
Here's the fun fact for everyone. That's the TMI fun fact of the day about Maverick. I also have a different thing where like I have to have sound in order for that to release. I can't just watch. I have to be able to hear it as well. So I'm more of a sound man, as it were. So
I mean, I agree. Sound is very important. Sound is more important than visuals.
yes.
Shout out to r/Gone Wild Audio.
That would make sense that audio would be bigger for you than visual, considering you can't visualize shit. So
Correct.
we need to move on from this topic. We're gonna get canceled. It's fine.
Yeah, my
So,
next
my
comment would have gotten us
ability-
canceled.
Yeah, we're
I thought of
moving
something
on.
really bad.
So, for like, I sent this in the group chat because I finally found it. It was like one of those like, hey, here's discontinued Lego shit that you forgot about, and it's shit that I have been looking for the longest time. It's
Galador?
like- shut up. It's like Connects, but it's not Connects. It's called Snap. ZNAP, Snap. Anthony, if you could just go ahead and pull.
Oh, of course.
Basically what it was Transformers meets Legos, right? So you would build like a car, but then it had pieces that it would like unfold and become like a boat or something like that. It was real weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You could just build shit.
Those.
Yeah. I could not for the life of me fucking remember what it was. It was Lego's failed attempt at Connects.
Yeah, okay.
I had so many of these. I think I had that yellow one right there. That's like the boat.
The boat.
Down one more. All the way over. Keep going. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I think I had that one.
I think I had this one too.
Yeah, it was just really weird because it had like you just fold it and move it around and like again, I listen. I know it wasn't a fever dream because I have them in the cubby under my bed, so I know that they exist.
Dude.
But I couldn't, for the life of me, remember what the fuck they were called.
It's like Zoobs. I don't know if you guys had Zoobs growing up. We did.
Fucker Zoobs.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen just in case. I don't want to actually pull something up that's inappropriate.
And we're already getting canceled for this one. It's fine.
All right. Turns out when you, I actually have some of these. Betty, they're actually at her house. They're in her back garage.
Whoa,
Zoobs.
Black Betty. Bam, bam.
No.
They're these weird ass things. Like
What
there's
the
a
fuck
like
is
you see the
that?
color. There's
There's
Zoobs.
And
I've
pay
never
attention,
fucking
Jared.
heard of this.
There are 5 pieces. There's a red that is a sphere and a clip. You have a sphere and a clip with a hole. You have a sphere with a hole. You have a clip with a hole, and a clip with a clip. Dude, someone listening to the podcast just heard the word Zoobs, and they're like, "Oh my god, Zoobs!"
Yeah, somebody recognized
This-
I never
I-
saw these.
Yeah, right here.
This seems like a poverty toy. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, Anthony.
Like
It's
you
a
do,
level
and
of
you just
poverty
build
even I
this?
didn't know.
How? I just have, this is, we're going back.
I've built this man many times.
Yeah, because it's there and you can't visualize shit. I'm sure that you couldn't just freeball this and be like, no, it's a shark. Come build a shark.
I would put the red or the green one on his head, and it would be a hat.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta get these from Betty's house. Zoobs.
That's not a good toy. That's a bad toy. That's basically Lincoln Logs.
It is the terrible version of Lincoln Logs.
It is
plastic.
it's the plastic version of
The
Lincoln Logs.
worst part is they were fucking fragile as shit.
Oh, I
Because
bet
you
they
had
look like
and,
it.
and click them together. So after time, they would just start snapping. So you wouldn't have
All the
proper
pieces
things.
you need.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They
who
made
would
it
have
in a
thought?
hat. My man didn't have a hat.
Your man didn't have a hat.
I texted
See how
that
much-
to you as well, Anthony.
Okay, well, we're looking at Zoobs.
Zoobs.
Yeah, while we were looking at Zoobs, I texted that over to you.
No, Jared, I didn't like cars. What other toys
Really good
were on this list,
cancel.
Mike?
Oh, it was just a bunch of like the Exo Knights and the Chimas and the first wave of Ninjago, and they're
Yeah.
it's one of those ones like the sets you wish you would have bought and kind of before they were
Mhm.
retired, and it's a lot of like back when Lego was doing their own original IP and not just bouncing
Yeah.
off of Marvel
Batman.
and Pokemon. Yeah, I'm Batman. Back when you had like Fright Fighters or whatever, where it was the monster one.
Mhm.
Um,
See, the one that I
Wow,
always kick
yeah.
myself out, Lego Knights with the K.
yeah.
Well, the problem is it fucking Knights Kingdom. That's what it is.
Yes, Knights Kingdom. Yep.
Where it's like the Bionicle, but the Knights.
Yes.
Yep.
Those guys were the coolest shit. And I always kick myself because I always wanted them, but I never got them.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got one
Yeah.
either.
They had the
honest.
Black Knight, the Blue Knight, the King. I remember when they announced the King, and I'm like, oh my god, I want the King! Because it's a king as a knight. What was that?
I don't think there were any
Okay.
Lego sets growing up that I didn't get that I didn't want. I mean, there were obviously because like lower middle class, so I wasn't going to get everything. But again, I have the Titanic now. My life is fairly complete. But
You know.
I do. Yeah,
Why are
you're
you
right.
over there now?
Right. See, that's what happened to me. Right? It shifted, and I don't understand why.
Now my camera's over here. This is the center
Yes.
of my
See,
camera.
that's what's happening to me. I'm not fucking crazy. I don't know what fuck happened.
I went to go share the screen, turn off the camera, and there's like, nah, you don't get to be on there anymore.
Fucking have your face. I'm in such a weird angle recording. Anyway, but the only ones that I kind of regret are like not getting the Knights Kingdom. The
Knights Kingdom.
the original run of Bionicle would have been cool.
Mhm.
Obviously to
Yeah.
get. I had most of them, but it was one of those things.
Yeah, like
but there
I
was
had a ton of them, but I didn't realize they were just gonna go away the way they did.
Mhm.
There was an ancient Egyptian set that I really liked that I had a few of. That they had a big set that was like a Anubis trapdoor,
Yeah.
and I would have loved that
Yeah.
shit.
Lego.
Oh.
Sure.
See what happens when
Yeah,
the Temple of Anubis' temple.
yeah, fucking awesome. They were just really cool. They were like really original
Yeah.
designs, and like, Master Builders took their time. What the fuck? Master Builders took their time with all of it, and that one had like a fake hot air balloon. It was stop. You gotta stop unsharing the screen, man. It
Sorry.
keeps fucking up my camera. It's fine. But yeah, like I know those were good ones, but I don't think there was any other ones besides.
You can get
Because-
that for $500 on
Yeah.
eBay.
Fuck off. Fuck off. I have the Orient Express. I have the Hogwarts Express. I
Can't say that
have
word.
the Titanic. It's a trend. So it's fine.
Well, that's my favorite thing when you stop mid conversation to respond to something I said off-puttingly. I always love when that happens. He's like, "No, I heard you, bitch."
It all registered. I just have to finish my thought. It's far more important than coming back to your bullshit.
I remember one of my favorite things I had growing up, and I'm sure my mother hated it. Were those rocket balloons
Your porn collection.
that you would blow up and let go, and they go.
I fucking hated those things.
They were
Oh,
so much fun.
Fucking dumb.
I'm sure my mom
Worst.
hated when I
Fucking
100%.
worse.
because it was one of those things that disappeared, and then I found them, so I know my mom hid them.
I'm sure you can buy 1,000 of them for $4 now on Amazon too.
I've asked my wife, and she has politely told me no.
For good reasons.
Good.
For
good
very
woman.
good
Good
reasons.
woman.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree because we have regular balloons. We had to hide those.
So on the docket, I wanted to put in the episode today just because it's relevant. I just fuck it, throw it in here. Has anyone else bothered to get on Hulu for watching the Killer of Killers? The new
What's
Predator.
that? Oh, no.
No,
No, I see it advertised, but no, I haven't. Here's the thing. My day now consists of waking up, going to work, working for about an hour, going to the gym for an hour and a half, sitting at my desk till noon, eating lunch, working some more, going home at 3. Now, when I am at my desk, what I am watching is YouTube because I can't find anything to get my hyperfixation going right now. I'm hoping that with the 400th episode of American Dad coming out, that'll kind of like round it back to the American Dad sequel. You're right. But no. But it has been advertised. It does look okay. I just can't. Kind of like with Alien Earth, I just can't seem to like.
See, Alien Earth, I'm still a bit on the fence with, just because like I get Ridley's trying to add more to his universe, so for the sequels he's made things add up or whatever. But like, I don't get how the fuck a xenomorph ended up on Earth at any point. This is just like this is a thing. It's like, but I have so
the
many
whole
more
point
questions.
of the Alien movies, not Alien versus Predator, because that's a different universe, but the Aliens movies is if the xenomorph got to Earth, it would be the end of Earth.
See,
Even
that's
one,
what
which is
Alien
why
Earth's talking about.
Yeah, like it is statistically impossible because the only way to kill the alien was to launch him out into space. Well, there's atmospheres on Earth, and how many atmospheres can the Planet Express handle, Michael?
At least one.
He was not prepared for that random Futurama trivia, and he still nailed it.
I wasn't. Anywhere between 0 and 1. Sorry, is the correct. Is the correct answer. It's when they're going down to the lost city of Atlanta.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's a spaceship, so anywhere in between 0 and 1.
So no, I watched the Killer Killers because I was curious because it's the same guy who did Prey and he's doing Badlands. So I was curious what this like in between thing he was doing was. And honestly, I've seen a lot of people give him praise for it for the same reason I'm about to. He found a way to tie every single Predator movie together without like overreaching or doing anything that would contradict how any of them ended. And I was like, you know what? That's actually a really cool fucking idea. Also, that I'm pretty sure that this is either tying into what Badlands is actually going to be about, and also is more than likely, as people have been pointing out with Alien Earth and the new Predator stuff, that it is now leading up to a new AVP, and it's giving an explanation. It's giving like a decent enough buildup of how that would actually work out now.
That's fine.
Also, the like killer of killers for that movie is just he's a massive predator that looking into the predator community, because they all talk about the lore. He's like a mix between the original type of predator and then, well, fuck, what was it? The second ones we saw in Predators. He's like a mix of those two, but he's called the Killer of Killers because for him it's not killing something that's dangerous. It's he picks out the things that have killed another predator, brings them to one place and goes, all right, you're the best of the best. Y'all gonna fight to the death, and then I'm gonna fight you. And that's my prize, is I get to fight the top person. And I was like, that's actually cool. He even had like a xenomorph tail like coat to show like, I fuck with everything. Like nothing kills me. But
I'm trying to figure out.
Pretty sure it left off to give us an idea that Badlands has more implications than what we get out of the trailers there.
Sure.
So
I'm trying. So there's the super predator, which are the subspecies of Yachwa.
Yeah, he's
stronger
like
and
a
bigger
mix
than
between the two because he's bigger than a normal predator, but he's kind of looks like the original, so he's a weird mix.
Yeah.
But no, it was actually really good. 3 stories, all different times and whatnot. Really fun. It just did something a bit different.
Sorry, I'm on a website, central.com.
I also saw that he... it's apparently been teased at, confirmed that Arnie will be returning for something Predator-wise. Yeah, because of how he ended Killer Killers. They're like, yeah, no, Arnie's been in talks. He'll be back for something very soon.
That would be fun. Give him a cameo.
Their son, the son from the original Predators, come back. Oh my God. It's the son. The new young Predator. It's the son of the original Predator coming to get vengeance on Arnie.
I hope not. I hope not.
No,
we saw Sinners.
Honestly,
I was just gonna go into that. Actually,
finally see Sinners?
We went and saw it with Sven. I was either between that or Phoenician Scheme. I wanted to see the Phoenician Scheme, but wasn't opposed to Sinners. It's such a good fucking movie.
I'm only going to spoil one thing because it's the one part of the movie that made me physically just wince.
Which part?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I talked about it last week. I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
When Haley Steinfeld spits in the mouth. I physically cringed to my body. I'm like, no.
It's not even that. It's the dialogue that goes along with it, where she's like, whatever, you're drooling, and she's like, you want some of this? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I bet it's some kinky stuff, but like at that point, no, I'm not into that.
Great movie.
No.
Ooh, absolutely great movie.
It was a really good movie.
Here's the thing: you think it's gonna take place over like days when it first starts? Nope.
Yeah.
Completely subverted my expectations of that one. Also, director. Here's the fun thing: not to spoil anything. There's a part in this movie where like 5 indigenous bounty hunters show up hunting a man. I need their fucking movie like tomorrow. I was fully invested in native fucking bounty hunters. Are you fucking kidding me?
They came. Yeah. They said hi, bye,
and that's all I got. That's all I fucking got, and it was like amazing.
Be careful of a dangerous man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Fucking great. The only thing that took me out of the movie was the music and dance scene, where it was like forward and backwards.
Oh, okay.
In a space that kind of threw me through. Like I get the storytelling behind it and everything, but I was like, this is taking me out of the movie.
It just Michael was too white for it.
Yeah,
Speaking of movies,
I was 10 minutes in. Cider Redacted came out, and he was like, "No, this is actually really good." And I was like, "Wow, you enjoyed
it's
it
so
too."
fucking good. It's so fucking good. The ending fucking blew my mind.
Dude, they turned on the lights way too early. Thank God that we were sitting. Early. Apparently like this was not people's first time where they had read online, because like no one got up, and so we're like, oh, we're not supposed to leave yet. We need to stay. Yeah, like lights turned on. There were like probably 3 other groups in there, and they sat. Yeah, and they were two of them were black people. Yep. So we're I'll say it. Yeah, we're like, all right, we're not leaving till they leave, because they obviously know something that we don't know, and goddamn, did they know something we didn't know. I mean, they probably know a lot we don't know. That's very true.
The only thing that upset me with Sinners as of late was the studio saying that they are working on a sequel, and I was like, I don't need one for that one. I feel like that's kind of closing it itself.
People, yes, absolutely. If it's about how that motherfucker came from like a whole clan,
I'll take a prequel.
Like the KKK clan, but like a clan of
there's no details.
Vampires, and it's the indigenous people fucking hunting that clan. Fuck yeah, give it to me.
That would be kind of neat.
They were
no
on
idea what
screen
they're doing with
a
it.
whole of 40 seconds, and I was like, I need their movie. This is a great movie. Their movie looks fucking amazing. That's just like better go be better than Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's the fucking movie. Them motherfuckers show up in Twilight, and I am right back in it. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
They did. That's
he did. I know, right?
Yeah,
the
they're all
fucking
the-
wolves.
Jesus Christ.
It's all fucking tied together, man. It's all the same
my
universe.
Gosh, is Sinners a prequel to Twilight?
Oh my god. I hope not. Also, me and Anthony are in agreement because spoiler, Michael B. Jordan, right? Yeah, he plays two characters. He plays
Michael A. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan.
Right, and so like the end credits roll, and it's like
Bless
Michael B. Jordan with this person, and what me and Anthony said, it should be Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan. And he really needs 2 fucking credits, man. Kind of funny as shit.
I'll be honest. I thank God they were wearing 2 different silly hats.
Yeah.
Because
you can tell
it
by
took
the
me-
different gold teeth,
You can tell them apart.
left and right side, left and
I
right side.
couldn't. I was like, which one's Smoke? Which one's Stack? Okay, the one with the flat cap is this one, and like, thank God one of them died because I'm going like, okay, he's the
Jesus.
vampire.
Well, both of them died, Anthony. Both of them died.
Well, thank God one of them became a vampire, so that way I can be like, okay, we have vampire,
We
who I
just gonna-
believe was Smoke.
Wow.
Yes, Smoke, because at the end he had his insignia on his hand. It was Smoke. So, yeah, great fucking movie. Again, did not expect it. Like everyone said, it was so good, and it was hands down one of the best movies I've seen in a while. So, still would have wanted to go see the Phoenician Scheme. Still might do that later on.
Yeah,
but it's,
that's why I said we should do Sinners because I figured we would see the Phoenician Scheme eventually.
it's just very limited runs. Like it's not playing in the Lansing Mall. You have to go all the way to Celebration to see it, which is weird. But I don't actually know when its world release is. So. But in other movie news, we have a new franchise started for Horror Christmas, guys. So I don't remember if you guys remember Violent Night with David Harbour.
Yep.
The second one is currently being developed. And I'm like, you could go so far. This is like fucking just Home Alone this shit constantly. People will show up to watch David Harbour fucking drop kick some fucking no good piece of shit. Like, absolutely. Keep them fucking coming. Do the John Wick thing where it's gonna be Violent Night 3 Parabellum or some shit. Like really just throw it through a loop for no reason. Yeah.
I agree.
I saw that and I got pretty excited because
Oh, so did I. And I was like, oh, the
speaking-
first one was pretty good.
Yeah. I liked the
Fun
first
time.
one, and then David Harbour, he recently was like, he's like, yeah, now that Stranger Things is finally fucking over, I can actually do shit that I want to do. So I was so excited for him to be in movies. Maybe give him a second chance at Hellboy, huh?
Honestly, he wasn't the bad part of that
He
movie.
wasn't
It was
bad.
everything else about it.
He wasn't.
that made that
It's a bad movie.
bad.
Bad movie. It's a very bad movie.
Yeah, he did not. He did
I
not
still
get a
haven't
fair
seen
try.
it,
I
'cause-
agree with that. You could just look up clips and be better off because the way the movie's edited, you might as well just watch the clips of what happens. It's just, it was just very badly put together.
Yep.
It's sad. It's really sad because he was actually a pretty decent Hellboy. It's just they did not do well with it.
Oh yeah, well David Harbour's a great actor.
Here's the thing I've noticed. The people they get to play Hellboy do decent at playing Hellboy. It's the movie around them is absolute garbage. Because I felt the same way with The Crooked Man, where the guy playing a younger Hellboy, I was like, yeah, he's okay. But the movie was so
It's
fucking
fine.
bad.
Yeah, they didn't have a
The
plot.
movie was just super bad, so it didn't matter. So again, you casted a pretty decent guy. Just you gotta write better, guys. You gotta get better shit going on here.
Here's what you do: you give it to Ryan Coogler.
No, he's doing X-Files now. He's busy.
I don't know. We don't need another X-Files movie.
He's confirmed
What we need
he's doing
is
an X-Files
more.
movie.
We need more independent horror movies like Sinners because it was really
actually-
fucking good.
Actually,
Have you
my
seen Milk,
apologies. Milk?
Nope.
Nope. Yes, I've seen Nope.
Oh.
Okay.
I've
I was
seen.
gonna say-
I've seen all of Jordan Peele's.
Okay, because I was about to
productions,
suggest
yes.
that one next.
I've seen Nope. Nope is the one with the aliens, right?
Yes.
Yes. I get that one, and
You can check it.
what's his
Get
other
Out.
one? Get Out is with the white appropriation, right?
Yes.
And then Us is the duplicate people, right?
Yes.
Yes, I've seen them all. It has been some time, but yes, I've seen them all.
Well, I was gonna say actually before X-Files, I have to make a correction. Technically, he
Yes.
helped with Ironheart for some reason, so
Don't
that's technically
care.
his next thing.
I don't care.
I don't
It doesn't
care
look
either. I
good.
don't care
What
about
do you
her
mean?
character, if I'm honest.
For some reason, he helped out with Ironheart.
There's a reason he helped out with Ironheart.
yeah, he
Ryan
has,
Coogler's the director of Black Panther.
Yeah, and when they first showed that series before it disappeared, his name wasn't mentioned. Now that the trailers have come back around, they're like produced
in
by
there.
Ryan Coogler. It's like because he's a big name now, and you're like he'll sell
Yeah,
it.
'cause- I mean, he was always
No,
a
he
big name.
won't.
He directed Black Panther.
No, he won't. That series
Again,
I just
We
really
just
like
great.
that. I just like really. My internet connection's unstable. I'm gonna turn off my camera. I just really like that Ryan Coogler just really likes Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, he
like
does.
Johnny Depp and what's his name? Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Where they're just
Oh,
bros.
I love it. I love it for him. I absolutely love it for him.
Yeah.
So again, we're going back to like the Marvel. Like, here's the thing: if you want to do Marvel movies, you need to give me shit and plot points that you've already established. Give me a 3-part miniseries on what Reshiram's gonna do with the Eternals. Give me a 2-part
Isn't that
miniseries
Pokemon?
on. Sorry, what is it? What is it?
Oh.
Reshiram. No,
Ashram?
you're. What the fuck did I say?
You should rush for him.
Yep, and that sounds right. Whatever the eternal god is, it's
Ashram.
Escharum,
Gary Chalk, where are you?
Pretty sure it's Ashram.
Urashim. You have
Gary
the Legos.
Chalk, the Eternals.
That doesn't help.
Wait, I'm in the wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm on IMDb. You can't see me do my searching because I'm looking.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know why you just don't. Not Tiamat. Erishim.
Oh, damn it! It wasn't David K. It wasn't Gary Chalk. It was David K. Mixing up my Transformers actors.
That's fine. And so, like, I
Ah.
need a 2-part miniseries on Zeus and Hercules. I need like a 2-part
Oh my
miniseries
God,
on
yes.
where just like wrap up a bunch of
Yes.
shit in these TV series, so we can get back on a coherent pace.
That would be nice. It would make sense.
what's-
but they just don't
What's
seem to
Gaia
do that.
doing? Who gives a shit? None of the scrolls matter. Who gives a fuck?
You know,
Where's
remember
Thor?
Gaia.
Who cares?
sometimes.
Where's
About Nick
love?
Fury? Fuck off. Yeah, where's love at? Huh?
Yeah, I didn't forget about love. You guys might have.
I didn't.
Dude, it's gonna be so sad when
Chris
Thor
Hemsworth's
dies.
daughter? I didn't. I can't fucking wait for that.
I mean, you don't fucking put potential spoilers, but you don't put like, oh, I've had such a great run with this character. Oh, I love
Yeah, I know,
Billy
right?
Doomsday. It's such a great time. I always love playing Thor. Like,
Thor's
oh my
gonna
god,
die.
Thor's gonna die.
He's gonna get his spine ripped out by Doctor Doom.
It's just like you can't say that. My internet
Fine.
connection's better, so
Christ.
No, but
Why?
look, yeah, you see, again, it's not me, and I don't know how to fix it. But before we get all of that,
So fucking stupid.
James Gunn's Superman's coming out, and it looks fucking amazing. I don't know how they made me care about Superman, a superhero that I could give 2 shits less about.
Superman's
I-
amazing.
I want to fucking watch this movie more than I've ever wanted to watch any Superman movies ever.
The only troubling thing I saw was there was an early screening for it, and there were things that Gunn apparently decided to remove and change.
Sure.
But there wasn't word on
Yes,
what
it's right.
exactly that didn't test well. But I if I remember correctly, it had something to do with Superman's whole getting involved in world affairs, and he changed some things
Sure.
about that.
Well, in this political climate, I understand. Like this again. You got to remember, this film started filming when certain other political affiliations were in power, and now with the current administration, it's very hard to do things. And so,
Yeah,
I
before
get it, you have to
Israel shot a
reshoot.
rocket at Iran.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not in World War III or anything here,
It's
so
fine.
It's fine. We're all too old to get
It's-
drafted.
We're all...
well, I'm too fat, so
I'm broken mentally.
yeah, you can't see
and
it.
Jared-
But no, James, something that I
Jimmy
was
Gunn.
watching like a retrospective is like the one thing that they did is they like Zack Snyder tried to make Superman invincible, which he technically is, but with this first clip of like
technically speaking.
Superman being blasted into the Arctic and then having to whistle for Crypto to come save him.
Yeah.
One, fucking Crypto, abso-fucking-lutely. Super Crypto.
Barking away.
It's so good. And then like he's just laying there bloodied. You're like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. You have to humanize this character to make me care anything about him.
Correct.
See, I like Superman. I am a fan of Superman.
Never, but I was a Batman stan. So like we have opposing ideologies.
I
Yeah.
am. Yeah, fucking. I like the idea of Batman. I hate comic book Batman.
That's a fair assessment, actually.
Which I'm sure it's similar with you
Here's
with
the thing.
Superman.
Here's the thing. The thing I like about Batman the most are the villains. Superman
Yes.
doesn't have good villains. He's got Lex Luthor, Brainiac, but he's a fucking immortal. So like it's
Yeah,
very
see, that's-
hard for me to give a shit about him.
That's
My
what I was
other
getting at.
issue
They need
is-
to be squishy, or else it's not going to be a fun movie.
Yes.
Well,
If he's
like, my other
constantly
problem is
vulnerable.
a lot of Superman villains from any comic that, like in the comics I have in my collection, they're all just a different version of Superman. There's not. See, he's not battling like someone who's super. Like, no, it's just another Superman for some reason. There's another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
It's fine. And like
Every time.
here's the thing. I want this to be a good movie. So and like here's the thing. I've seen fucking Guy Gardner, the complaints about Guy Gardner, and like everyone saying like, oh, how come it's not coming out of his ring? And everyone's like, it's not how it works. It's not how it manifests sometimes. Just shut up. Just shut up and let Guy Gardner be a dick. Let Nathan Fillion cook. Let that
He's
man
a
cook.
conduit of his powers, not the actual source.
I just love how it's flipping him off, and so it's gonna be so fucking good, and I cannot wait.
My one
I cannot
complaint
wait.
about Guy Gardner, his bowl cut is not dumb enough.
It is not dumb enough. It needs to be more,
They
more cartoonish.
Yeah, they made it really like smooth, and they like faded it so it looks. No, it needs to be a hard line.
I need like solid square jaw. But
Like-
again, I don't care because let Nathan
Yeah.
Fillion do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
Speaking
With
of
Maxwell
movies that are
Lord.
coming out,
So good.
Sergeant Redacted reminded me that 28 Years Later comes out this month, and he's already planning for us to go see it. So I'll have an opinion on that. I hope it's good. God, they
Danny
can't
Boyle
do
coming back.
worse than 28 weeks. You can't possibly get worse than what you did there. I still
you
enjoy
can.
that movie, but you just can't get worse than that. I hope. I pray to God.
Look, there has never been a bad zombie movie ever.
Oh, I wish.
Y'all
I
made
just
me watch Cooties, so I can attest to that.
I just want a book accurate World War Z.
That'll
All I
never
want.
happen. Brad Pitt
Oh.
ruined that.
Yeah, that'll
Brad
never
Pitt
happen.
ruined that.
Max
The
Brooks
studio
deserves
fucked
better.
that one up right from the get-go.
Mhm.
I just wanted I wanted a miniseries where the guy goes around interviewing people. They talk
Here's
about
the
the
thing.
pre, post, during, and post
Here's
infection.
the thing. It's like I Am Legend. It was an easy concept. They just did not execute it well enough for to even bother them giving it another chance.
I agree. We need another I Am Legend book. Give us the really fucked up ending
don't-
where it's like,
I
yeah, no, we're executing you because you've been kidnapping and torturing us. Oh, I am the legend.
Yeah.
I am the monster. Also, I want. That we're talking about. Since I'm just talking about movies that I want. I want. I have no mouth and I must scream. That is another thing I would like to see an adaptation of.
Is that a book?
It is a short story.
Done somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to see it nowadays where they can actually put the giant fucking bird that blows wind at them, where he kills people with icicles. You should read it. It's a really weird read. Takes place
you've gone through it.
The very hairy caveman. Yeah, it's a good read. Even for those who can't see anything.
Ah, my fucking head. Thinking about it made his head hurt. That's not
Thinking
healthy.
about picture make my head break.
Jared, you look like you're halfway through a thought.
Or an orgasm.
I was just thinking. I enjoy seeing on the internet for the first time in a long time that I'm seeing a mass majority of people turn on Call of Duty. And I just want to tell the internet, it took you long enough, but thank God you finally woken up.
It's still going to be one of the best-selling games of 2027, 2026.
I don't know, because the response I've seen is everybody's... See, but the problem... Yeah, but you see, they're not... You don't have to buy it if you're on Game Pass, so, like... I don't really think Game Pass works now, because Doom the Dark Ages was also Game Pass, but that one sold so bad, they were just like, we're not doing any more Dooms now. So...
I'm waiting for it to go on sale.
I'm hoping Call of Duty runs into the same issue. But it's because I've seen people immediately point out about, wasn't the last one only 6 months ago? And I was like, yes, you finally caught on. They just pump them out whenever the fuck they feel like it. It took you long enough.
It's the same game. All they're going to do is slightly update the guns. They're going to change the guns slightly, and it's like fucking those people who buy FIFA every year.
You know, the funniest part was seeing people point out that they're just trying to capitalize on Black Ops 2. They're like, oh, you're just trying to get us with the nostalgia of Black Ops 2. Like, we don't fucking care, though. I was like, yes, you finally understand.
Which hurts me because Black Ops 2 was the game when I really stopped playing on Call of Duty. So like, people are nostalgic for that. Oh.
Yeah, that's how they're trying to get people, is they know there's a lot of people that are in that boat, but it's just not working on anyone. And I'm like, yes. Fucking took long enough.
I got this great email from Nintendo.
Are they lowering the price?
No, I was able to officially buy one on their website.
Oh, goody.
I know.
Yay.
I deleted the email.
I just don't have...
I want to say, I signed up for that the moment they announced Switch 2 before the price, and I got that this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nintendo, there's a game coming out by Game Freak, and I have laughed so hard.
Oh my god!
And people being like, Game Freak with Nintendo, and it's super buggy Pokemon. They're like, Game Freak for anyone else, and they get like a Dark Souls, like, Japanese lore fighting thing, and people are like, how do you go from this? And if you're not Nintendo, you're making this? What the fuck?
So it's called the Beast of Reincarnation.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's Game
Freak. It looks amazing.
God, the Pokemon Company really brings Game Freak down, doesn't it?
Just like, we're not doing Nintendo?
When you're running 13-year outdated software, there's only so much you can do. Fuck, and then like what? And then Xbox announcing, oh no, we're also having a handheld. Here's going to be our Xbox handheld. That's just going to be a fucking portable Steam Deck. Thanks.
Yeah.
You mean I'm this close? That one I'm actually tempted to buy, especially if they do the Steam store, because I will buy like Spider-Man and God of War. So
you can also
buy Xbox.
I mean, depending on the price of it, I mean, there's also the Steam Deck itself, which just gives you your Steam account.
I'm just saying, if Microsoft comes out and their handheld is like, oh, it's $350, $150 cheaper than the Switch 2, fucking Switch 2's cooked. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
the issue is I realize the Switch 2 is going to probably be the most successful product launch in our time, right? Like, I do believe it is going to grow.
Yeah.
It just because of how it is. Even though here's the thing, I've watched play of Mario Kart World. It looks so fucking fun, guys. It looks so fucking fun. I just want to fucking play Mario Kart World on the Switch 2. It looks so fucking fun, but I'm not going to because I'm not that person. But like, I've watched streamers play. It does look very fun, but like, yeah, Switch 2, it's gonna be a successful launch regardless of boycotts or whatever. It doesn't
100%.
fucking matter.
You mean the console that sold 3.5 million units in the first 4 days,
So here's
setting
the thing.
a record?
Yeah, what I love is seeing is when people are calling out hypocrites, because there are streamers out there like, I'm boycotting it because we don't need it, and then they're like, oh, I just happened to walk to my local Walmart and they had it in stock, so I bought it. Fuck off. It's
Agreed.
fine. Streaming is your job. I expect you to stream the new things.
Yeah.
That's fine. But don't fucking be like, oh, I'm gonna buy it because it's $400 and all it is Mario Kart. Well, fuck off. Again, I don't care. You're gonna expense that out anyway because it's your job. It's fine. Just don't be a fucking hypocrite about it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Like, you can do it. I will.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I won't. And here's the thing. I will enjoy watching you play it because I won't. But just say that. You don't need to.
I will.
Yeah.
I will pleasantly wait until the Switch 2 goes on sale.
Christmas time.
Buy it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Christmas
Like when
time
it
when they
drops-
offer a bundle.
They'll offer a bundle. It'll be a cheaper bundle. It'll be an upgraded console, and it'll be $350.
Yep.
And I will probably get that.
Yep.
The Steam
fair.
Deck right now you can get on
Yeah.
Steam is $400
Still cheaper.
with 256. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but
I think there's like 3 different
bad.
versions. The
Yeah.
the middle
Yep.
one is like the 4, and then there's like a 550 or something that's just more space.
there's the 400, 550, and 650. The
Yeah,
650
yeah, that's
is
what
a
I thought.
terabyte.
Yeah. But yeah, Steam came out with that, and that was already something where it's you can
Yeah.
just port over your whole Steam library and on the go.
Yeah.
So that got real popular.
Oh,
Not
also that you
surprised
can buy
Xbox
a
will be going that road.
No.
you can buy a docking station for your TV.
Yes.
Oh my god, I still have.
It was really tempting. Not gonna lie.
Why do I have a scheduled download of Among Us for June 23rd?
Are we? Is that a year, 2 years since we last played
I don't.
Among Us in the
I'm just like,
during the pandemic?
it was like manage downloads! Exclamation point! I'm like, what the fuck am I managing? He's like, scheduled Among Us Monday 23rd, June 23rd at 4:22 a.m. What?
It's a specific.
no?
Okay.
I think this is like going to be like a U2 situation all over again. They're just going to push Among Us. Everyone's just going to get pushed Among Us. Whether
You are getting
want
Among
it or
Us.
not,
Do not
whether
do
you
not be
want it or
afraid.
not.
I need to go to my fucking wish list because I'm tired of this fucking email for fucking Void Train.
Well,
You want to hear my fucking Steam wish list?
The before we round out, I want to do a little history corner because like there are adults in the world, and you two might be a couple of them, but I am not entirely sure. I realize that you are in fact adults, but when people talk about like Civil War and pre-Civil War and the Underground Railroad,
Okay,
do you
I'll
guys
hear him.
know? Yeah. Do you know what the
Uh-huh.
black people? Do you understand what the Underground Railroad was?
Oh,
like-
yeah. It was a system of trains and cars that were built
Right.
underneath the ground.
it was a
Thank
bunch
you.
of people working
Thank you.
together for a better tomorrow.
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. Do you know there are people that believe that? That people believe that the
Jesus.
Underground Railroad was actually like tunnels underground from city to city to help like slaves escape to the north. And while they are not entirely wrong, they are wrong. it was just a path and a series of safe houses that had like cellars that could maybe were
Correct.
underground or not. So to like help hide escaping slaves. No, there are people that like swear that they were actually taught that there were tunnels under the ground, which makes me think that maybe these people are the same people that believe that there's just tunnels all over the US where giants are sleeping as well, which there may or may not be. But the Underground Railroad was in fact not tunnels under the ground with
Mike,
railroads to
I'm
help.
pretty sure that Venn diagram is a circle.
It's a fucking circle, isn't it? Yeah. It's almost a circle. It's like 99.9. There's like 0.005% on either side that are like, maybe not.
I'd like to say we need to do better to educate our youth, but also
God, right? Like as a history major, that fucking pissed me off. I'm like,
bring
you
back
got
abortions.
fucking really? You guys thought that?
If you're brave
It's a
enough, there's
series
no
of
left.
safe houses. Like fucking come on.
Yeah. Underground
Right.
means like hidden.
Hidden, right?
So,
Yeah.
Its definition
Fucking-
like two.
man,
It's
I
just-
just listened to this
can't.
underground band. They only play in bunkers. Like that's not
Right.
No.
Only in tunnels built from
Just-
city to cities. Like the catacombs. In
It is-
Paris.
I'm gonna start an
It
underground
is-
band, and that's all we're going to do. We're gonna be like, no, we're literally an underground band.
It is the third definition. The first one that is a noun.
We're 6 feet down.
It just hurt. It hurt my soul when
It's a
someone said,
song.
like, wait, you
Hold me
guys
now.
weren't taught this? I was like, motherfucker, you better not have been taught that. Because that ain't right.
Yeah,
You were lied to.
Harriet
What-
Tubman was
The
a
first
conductor who had a fun hat and a train whistle, and she brought up those poor slaves in her magical
escape.
underground railroad.
Fucking Thomas the Tank Engine or some shit going on. Like, I just couldn't believe that shit. When someone's like, yeah, is it just me or were we not taught the... No, we were not taught the same thing, and you need to go back to fucking high school and take fucking pre-fucking world or Civil War history just a little bit fucking more pay attention, bitches. That's all I'm saying. God, it blew my mind. It blew my mind, and I was hoping that neither one of you were going to be those people, but I just don't know anymore because of like it.
I
Again,
just,
it hurt. It hurt.
Look,
that's
we
just
might have-
really dumb.
We might have
Yeah.
went to a real small red town,
So
but
did
a
I.
lot of our teachers were not so red, I'd say.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, we definitely
just-
had a lot of teachers that were a lot smarter than the
Blues.
local.
Yeah.
And when these people are like, "Yeah, weren't we all taught the same?" No.
No,
I hope it. Here's the thing: if you were taught out of a whitewashed fucking book, like goddamn fucking Song of the South shit happening.
yeah.
Fucking zippity dude on my ass end. Anyway, that's all I had.
I didn't think
I mean,
people
I have
actually
other-
believe that, but all right.
I have
I
other
agree with
things,
it.
but like that was the big thing. I'll end on this note, and it'll just kind of be my parting gift to start a fight with the internet, and that is Edward Cullen from Twilight is a Republican.
This was a discussion that we had on the way
It
home from
was
Sinners.
so fucking good.
Now, why is Edward Cullen from Twilight a Republican, Mike?
He's just, well, one, he is trying to date a minor, which is always going to be a Republican thing. He's literally catfishing someone into dating him. He is so much older and she is so much younger, and he's just kind of seen it all. And so, like, he's just a Republican. Edward Cullen is a Republican.
Now, what do you think about Jasper? Who would Jasper?
See, here's the thing, right? Jasper, who was, I do believe, a Civil War general or a commander in the Civil War, he was a Republican. But when he met Alice reformed him, and they are both now Democrats working for the best, or for the good, for the Democratic side.
And you had a great one, Bella.
Yeah.
What did Bella vote?
Didn't I say she was a Republican as well, just because she has to fall in line with Edward? because it's going to be much like a Caroline Leavitt situation where like she's just completely brainwashed by like Edward talking all his bullshit, and so like she just has to vote Republican. One, because she's scared. Two, because it keeps the peace. So if you're wondering as well, Rosalie, who is the blonde one, and her boyfriend, they are both did I say they were both Republicans? I think that no, they're Democrats. They're Democrats. He doesn't care. Rosalie cares because she was raped as a child before she was, as a teen before she was turned to a vampire by Carlisle. And so like she's all about like women's rights and things like that, which brings forward in the book like when Bella's pregnant and like is really trying to be motherly, and so she's pro-life, but like only for her. If you want to get one, that's fine. She just doesn't, like, for her, she's not going to interfere in that way, but she is a Democrat who is like pro-life. Carlisle doesn't vote anymore because he's so old he realizes it's just total bullshit and nothing actually fucking matters. It also it's harder for him to register for voting from time to time because he's so old, and so like he's voted so much. And then his wife, who is Esme? Yeah. Yep. Also doesn't vote, but when she does vote, she votes independent because it doesn't fucking matter. And she also realizes it doesn't fucking matter. Now, here's the twist, right? Jacob is a Democrat too. So, for obvious reasons. And he's actually should be running for a state senate here pretty soon within the series. So anyone else you want to know about? Like Sven got so mad that me and Anthony were talking about this on the way home from Sinners, and I told him I was going to bring it up on the podcast. And I think Edward Cullen is a Republican is a great name for this episode, just so you know.
And it's something that they've listened to the very end of the year.
Very end, they have to understand why.
Get clickbaited.
Fucking rage bait this shit. Like, so yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I will add in just my own little thing to end us out.
Yeah.
Is that scientists now theorize that our galaxy, as well as all the other galaxies, may be circling in a black hole that is our universe. So do with that information what you will, but that was their recent find with the Hubble telescope, is we may be in a giant black hole.
We're on a rock in space flying through at millions, if not billions, of miles per hour. While also being spun at thousands of miles, if not million, I don't know, space per hour. Also, I can take a shit.
No, that's
a joke.
I mean, that is accurate, but it's they were looking at the rotation of galaxies and whatever, and they were like, the way things move, it seems like it's very possible that like all the universes are just inside of a black hole that is slowly swirling, and like they're doing a whole bunch of tests on it, but they're like the trajectory of it seems that may be the case, and I'm like, that's terrifying, but all right.
Well, center of universe, super black hole, love it.
Yeah, I just love it. I love it.
The thing I will end out on is my Steam wish list, which consists of a game called Void Train, which I added in 2020. And the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, which I added in 2013.
God damn.
That's my only two things. So I was to buy me the $20 Skyrim, even though I've bought it 4 other times.
Also, just because we're going to keep, I'm sure we're going to go through one more round to end out. Again, besides Edward Cullen being a Republican. Anthony, do you know what today is?
Yes, it is Friday the 13th.
It is. And 18 years ago today, the Straw Hats burnt the Going Merry. Today is the anniversary of the anime airing where they had to say goodbye to the Going Merry.
Rest in peace, Going Merry.
Yeah.
You fucking lamb.
Uh-huh. That's all I got.
18 years. The Going Merry's death could fucking vote.
Well, with that, folks, go on, make sure you're checking out the channel. By the time this comes out, I did an interview with Jonathan Briels was actually a pretty good time. He was a really fun guy to talk to. We talked about Walking Dead, wrestling, a bunch of other shit. So go check out the episode. Also, just check out, in general, everything we're doing on YouTube, because constantly have things coming out, whether it's Jokey Pants or just some other random stuff I'm doing. So we appreciate you stopping by, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. He's got a pet transformer on his shoulder. I'm Jared Minikai.
It's my bio lizard.
Telling you to stay happy, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I'm gonna go have diarrhea.
Bye. Edward, no one really needed to know that Edward Cullen was a Republican either, but I had to get that. So again, I cannot tell you how angry Sven was. He's like, "What the fuck are we talking about?" I was like, "Twilight characters and who they voted for in the last election."
Because it was like a 20-minute conversation Mike and I were having, and then he said, "What the fuck?"
He was just zoned out in his phone, and he's like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?"
It was one of those things where he heard the beginning of it, zoned out for 20 minutes, zoned back in and realized we were still on the same topic.